The 2019 women's lacrosse season is going to be underway here this weekend. I'm Ryan Thompson, Assistant AD for Communications here at Davenport University, being joined by head coach Rob Harris and also sophomore Brenna Knoll from Castle Rock, Colorado. Coach, let's start with you first. You guys have had some success over the years. You're 67 and 27 as a coach in your sixth season. D2 is a hard thing to get into. You guys went from NAIA to Division II. But what changes, have you made going into this year in year two?
I think that this year the biggest focus has been just on slowing it down. I think last year we were kind of in this rush to really trying to prove that we belong in Division II. And then when we really just took a step back and realized it wasn't about proving that, it was about teaching these girls how to play, bringing in better players every year that are much more talented athletically and lacrosse-wise, just keeps pushing this team to get better and better. So some of the biggest changes this year were we just spent a lot more time on team building. Every week we spent a little bit on that, and it's made our team closer. Then now that our team's closer, I felt that we can now actually teach them a lot more because they want to learn more, and then we just can't keep teaching them enough. They just want to know more, and it's been exciting so far.
Going into this season then, with that being said, what are some of the expectations that you have for this team?
I think some of the expectations that we have here is just to compete every day. I think that some games last year kind of got away from us right away. We'd go down 6-7 goals early on, and we would try and claw our way back, and we just couldn't do it. We were playing some power-ranked top 10 teams, and I think we were a little intimidated by it. And I think now with their second year in there, we just have a little bit more of a calm, and our girls are learning something at a higher level. And I just think that overall it's just been really impressive so far.
Mm-hmm. When you look at this year's schedule, what are some of the games that you've kind of circled on the calendar to say, this is a game where we can compete a little bit more? These are certainly wins that we want to pick up.
I think, every time we play someone from the GLIAC, it's something to prove. So this year, with being our last year where we're not going to go in NCAA tournament, we know that the last game that we can play is the GLIAC championship. So I think everything we do is preparing for that GLIAC. I think just this first game against Tiffin, where last year I think we were down by 1 at halftime the first time we played them, and then we were up by 1 at halftime the last time we played them. We know we can compete with them, and being preseason ranked 25th. I think we're looking for our first top 25 win. So it's just something that Tiffin's always going to be a team, I think, just because of being former GLIAC. But I would say, obviously Grand Valley being in our town, I think the girls are really excited for that game. But just any game that we can play and really show how much we've improved, we're really excited about.
Brenna, for you as a freshman, you had 21 goals, 8 assists, third on the team in goals, and you were second with 62 draw controls. As you take a look back at last season, what were the biggest adjustments coming from Colorado and then playing college lacrosse?
I would say coming from high school to college is definitely an adjustment. I did go so far away from home, so being away from family is definitely difficult, but the team's so close that it just made it so much easier.
Mm-hmm. And then going into this year as a sophomore, what is your role on the team?
I would say I'm not the most vocal person out there, but I'm definitely a leader by example, and I try to just give everyone else an example of how to act and stuff like that.
Okay. Then the final question, what areas have you seen the most improvement in your team? Things that maybe you've done in the off season to kind of get ready for this year?
We've been working really hard this off season. Definitely we're more conditioned this year. Overall, offense, defense, it's improved a lot. We have a lot more talent this year, so I'm really excited to see us come out on Friday and what we can do.
Yeah, and like you said, the season will start this Friday at 4 o'clock as the team travels to 25th ranked Tiffin. And for everything else, women's lacrosse, you can go to dupanthers.com.